Hello and welcome for the SPSS Modelers. Let's start with the course curriculum and the course description. Right. Okay, we'll be working with outputs. So when I say outputs, what is that supposed to mean? Let us quickly launch the software and I'll show it to you. Yeah. So you can see here that the software is launching here. And we log in here on the software. So, right, as usual, that's your initializing helpers and the main page that's coming up. It's fine. So, software is now ready and launch. So, when I say working with the outputs, what it means, typically, that's what we will be working with. This is outputs. So, when I say output, it means output nodes. And we have a whole gamut of outputs out here, which displays data and structure in tabular format. And then we have a matrix also, creates a report comparing the accuracy of predictive models, and data audit transform statistics means report, and set global slim fit, no, it's sim fit, sim eval, and then the extension output followed by KDE simulation. Of course, quite a few of them, and that really depends on the type of application you're having. But we'll be dealing with a limited few of them, and not just that, we'll also be covering some of these important points. We'll be understanding the viewer and the viewer printing, how it is done. We'll be copying the output into other applications. Also, we'll be looking for some kind of an interactive output. We'll export output and save output. We'll look, if we have time, we'll be looking into pivot tables also, and then we'll also check for the options. So this is quite different from the convention that we have been doing. This has got more to do with processing the outputs. So when we say processing the output, it means that we already have the source node that is ready and imported. We have also applied the modeling node that is needed, and then we have generated an output. So after the output has been generated, we'll be working on it, on the different parameters that are specific only to outputs that we will be generating. And of course, there is an additional node on the data that we had worked on, but then that is already taken care of earlier. Whilst we were building charts and graphs and global visualization preferences that we had carried out in one of our previous or earlier sessions. So fine, let's come here on the software and let us launch one of the data sets. So fine, let us open an existing stream. No, not an existing stream. Okay, we'll open an existing stream, no problem. Okay, we launch day 4. Okay, we can open this stream also. We'll click insert. But then the thing is, this is already there. So let us, introduce a fresh stream, because there is already a lot of work that has happened here. Although one of the important things is we have the nuggets. So these nuggets, if we right click on it and click edit, see how we generate these type of settings. These are the outputs that we generate. On the model, they tell you what all outputs do you have. Now, I've not come here yet. So if we come here and we click on, yeah, okay, if you click on edit, we'll come on the same page really. We'll come on the same page. Annotations, models, on file. Now out here on the file, you can see save node, store node, the headers and footers also. You can generate what? You can generate modeling nodes. So these are the additional functions that come depending upon the different kinds of output that we have. So fine, I'm not going for this yet. If I come here on the options out here, you can see that these are the options that we have: the outputs, the annotations, and the settings. Anyway, let us go on the opening a new stream altogether. So I'll click here and I'll close the stream. No, I don't want to make any changes. So fine, let us click on a new stream. So I'm going to import a new source. So which kind of source do you want to import? Let us see if we have imported already a JSON. So is there any other source that we can look upon? Fine, let us go to Excel. So that is the most standard source that we have. I'll right click on that. I'll click on edit. And for the data, let us click on desktop and there are some data sets that we'll take a look at quickly. We don't have it here in the Excel format. Okay, so instead of Excel, let us import the fixed file format. I'll right click and I'll delete the Excel format. Why fixed file? Because we have many of the files which are in the CSV format. So fixed file format is CSV type files format. So I'll click on this. So fine, let us select one of the common ones, that one. Click open. Field types. Let us read the values. Okay, the values to be read. Click apply and I click OK. Right click and I click on view data. Okay, now there are fields related issues. Fine, let us not select this file also. We'll select another kind of file. Fine, so we'll select Excel. Let's see which kind of data sets we have. We have a banking data set, right? It's in XLSX format. So I click open. Click on filters. Yeah, we have the filters here, but we don't want to apply any filters as such. Types. So let us click on read values. So we are getting some values out here. And if I click on annotations, okay, I don't need to do anything on that. So suppose if I click on preview, and so that's the price data that we have imported for different stocks or shares. Out here we can view the print. We can also publish to it. We can export all of this to the different kinds of format. Now this is interesting and important. You can export this as a .csv, .tab, HTML format, and also TCD, that is transposed comma delimited CSV, and this is tab delimited. This is comma delimited. So the given file can be imported in this format also. In addition to that, yeah, you can copy with fields. You can generate. You can select nodes based on your requirement from here. And I click OK. Click apply and I click OK. Right, so the import file is ready out here, really. And now let's see if we can fit in any of the other formats. Will now fit in the output node here. So let us conduct a data audit first and see how does it look like. 5 fields are there. Okay, great. Let's click on edit. So now here you can see when you click on settings, it is showing you the default. You can use custom fields also. And so these are the different display performance on large data sets. Yeah, we don't need this then. When you click on the quality, so these are the different values, that is the outliers and the extreme values that's showing out here on the output. Generally, output and the annotations, they have a relatively similar approach and similar window and the contents when we look at output and annotations. And then after this, okay, fine, let's click apply. Yeah, let us select the customs. So let us select the highest price. Okay, click apply and I click OK. Is there an overlay? Well, none really. We don't have any overlay. We have selected the graphs, basic statistics, and the advanced statistics. I'm clicking apply and I click OK. So fine. We have selected only one field over here, and I'll right click on that, scroll down and click on run. Fine. So that is the output that we have generated here. Okay. And what are we seeing? These are the vertical bars. These are the horizontal bars. And the display statistics. So if you come here, it will show us the display statistics that we have. We can select all of them. I click OK. So these are all the display statistics that they've thrown up, and that's the output. So let's click on File. Out here you can see you can publish to web. You can also export as a CSV tab and HTML. These are pivots. Now you can see here pivot thumbnails. Let's click on that. Okay, now we don't have. And if you click on display statistics, yeah, that is already showing up. So you can close this window. You can generate what missing values also, and the outliers. Now, these are different additional features that you can options that you can use and exploit over here. So that is one thing. Click on quality. See, now when you click on quality, what happens here is it shows you the quality of the field that we have selected. So out here you can actually see that the complete field is what 100%, and the complete record is also 100%. Outliers, extremes, action. And these are some of the attributes that will be reflected over here. So the data quality is reasonably good, and that's quite appreciative. I'll click OK here. Okay. And now let's run this. I come here and I select run the current stream. Exactly. So now this is what was generated. This is what has been generated. Kurtosis, skewness, and statistics, and all the other attributes are here. If you come and click here, yeah, the data audit, the same one. So I'll delete this. I'm going to retain only one data audit. I'll name this as what stream as, and save the stream as SPSS Modeler. That's on day 7, and banking. I'm just saving it as a banking. Click on options here. Out here you can put in your password and all. Let's click save. So we added one of the outputs here. Let us also add another output here, that is that of report. Suppose if we add a report here, what will it show? Okay, it is not showing us anything, right? Because now you cannot connect it to that. So coming back here, we have to look at the viewer and the viewer printing. We have to copy the output at the other application. So let's go on graphs. Okay, and on the graph, no, not on the graph, sorry. If you click on export, export output and saving output. So fine, let's come on output. Let us select statistics out here. I'm connecting this with this particular output node. Right click and I'll click edit. So that's the settings in the output that we have, the annotations. Click apply. Yeah, but then examine what high price. Apply, click OK. Correlation settings. Do we have any values that we want to have correlations with? Open, high, low, close prices. Click apply, OK. All do I do not want. I don't want to maintain the count. Mean, max is fine. Min, max, mean. Range is not needed. Variance is not needed. Standard error of mean is also not needed. So I'm selecting a limited few statistical values here, and I click apply and I click OK. Now I'm going to run this. Again, when you run any specific output, it is only that stream or that particular connection that will run. So if you are running only field here, then only this particular section will run. This particular section should not run. So I'm selecting statistics here, right click, and I'm clicking run. You can see the. So out here we can see that okay, that is the output that we've generated. I'll quickly go on exports and I'll show you a lot of other functions also. So we saw that the green line that was generated, right click, and again I'll show you. See, that's a green line that was generated. So that is particular only to that particular stream. It does not happen in case of all the streams. So let's delete this and let's save this as what? It's being saved on day 7. Okay. So fine. With this, what are we also seeing or noticing whichever output nodes that we are selecting, its output windows will keep varying. So suppose if I select a table here, if I select banking and connect it with the table here, right click here, I click on edit settings, high record settings, where highlight records, no. This is the format that they have provided us with. It's the output, and I click apply and I click OK. Now let's right click and click on run. Okay, so this is what the output that got generated here. As we have the table here and the annotations. Let's click on file. You can also select a node out here. You can also derive a node from here. So this is interesting. Out here on the tables, and right click and you can copy with fields and select all of them. And if you click on file and click on save, so that will be saved as a table output, of course. So this is how you will be working with the tables. And suppose if I come here and I click on export, if I want to export this as what is a CSV file format, I'll select comma delimited day 7. And what is this? This is banking data. Okay, banking, and it's of the CSV comma delimited format. So I click save. So if I go back on the particular day, see now this is in the CSV format that we have already imported, and its relevant stream is out here. So .str extension file will be meant as it's a stream file typically. So when you every time you want to run a software or a program or any particular stream in IBM SPSS Modeler, that you'll have to execute the str file. So that is another important thing. And okay, fine. Let's come back here. Yeah, we need to work on the copying output and the applications. So suppose if I want to say a copy with fields, so I can copy this with fields, and if I want, I can go and paste it. Let's open this banking itself. But since we are not exported in the CSV format, I think it might not stick in there. We work on a new. There, see, it's selected only this much. It has not selected the entire table because we did not select the entire table in the first place. So so we already exported it. Now let's click on print preview and see what it shows up. Yeah. So okay, you can see that these are the different pages and the output print output set, which is relatively similar to most of the and standard with most of the outputs that we have, or with the print settings that we see on most softwares. Right, so I'm going to close this window also. Let's come back on this and work on the analysis on the metrics, or let us work on the analysis. So what are we analyzing over here? Right click and let us connect it and see it. Let's click edit. So out here we have the different analysis. We have the binary classifier, we have the coincidence matrices, we also have coincidence figures or confidence figures if available. And you can see here this is the breakdown analysis by field. So you can select whichever field you want here. Performance evaluation, AUC, GNI. So okay, it's not showing us any of the values here though. User defined analysis. Let's see. Okay. No matching pairs of target and predictor fields are found. Okay. Let's click on output. Okay, out here you're supposed to define if now this is if then else a condition that is provided over here. So if you want, you can use this condition also. In our case, we are not having any data here for matching the pair of the target and predictor fields. So, but anyway, let's cancel this. Click preview. Yeah, see that's the price data that is available here. I'll remove this node variable is not using it. But suppose if I take a TCM node output here, I'm selecting the TCM output here. I'm connecting this with the TCM output. Okay. It is telling us there are no series phones, so I'll right click on this, I'll click on edit. Build specification, build options. So what I'll do here is I'm going to give it a custom assignment, and then the target is what? Is high price. Candidate or input is open price. We are not wanting to have any target input and forced input. So I'll click apply, click OK. Now if I run this, right click and let's click run. The valid time and date stamp is missing. Let's close this. Let us have another data set that can. Let us see if STP will work, because it generally works with STP and TCM. It also works with time series, but we'll work on this. So I'll right click on this. I'll connect banking data with STP. There's no target set. Let's click on edit. Again, the target is what? Put back all of them here. Selecting the target as high price. Let's select close price. Location we are not taking. The date we are taking as what? Time field. What are the predictors here? Open price. Let us take open as a predictor price. Location label. We're not taking location and location labels. I'm clicking apply. Let's click on build options. Time interval is what is in terms of days, number of days, 7 days per week. Model options, we are leaving it as a default. Basics include intercept, of course, maximum auto-regressive lag will be needed. Maximum percentage is 5, that's okay. And these are the output that will be generated and that will be interpreted. So with these fields, let's see if we can apply and I click OK.